A Writer's Notebook, Unlocking the Writer Within You by Ralph Fletcher. I stumbled on this book in the Amazon suggestions right before I ordered Boy Writers by Fletcher. And after reading the description, I decided to order it. The goal of the book is really to get young writers to write, and to keep a notebook, and to react to the world around them. It's intended for ages 8 to 12, so I thought in a future setting, I could share this book with my students. We could both read it and both get something meaningful out of it. The book is written in a really direct and casual manner that I believe would really attract young writers and readers. Fletcher offers advice on how to keep notes and how to use them to create stories and how to use them to create poems. But it's written in such a way that it's entertaining that you don't even realize you're getting advice because you're so intrigued by the stories in his book. Fletcher starts off by addressing what a writer's notebook is, and he uses an interesting analogy to describe it. He compares a writer's notebook to a large ditch he dug when he was younger, and the ditch would catch all these toads and frogs and animals that fell in. So just like the ditch, a writer's notebook is a large empty space waiting to be filled up. But the only way to fill it up is by digging the ditch in the first place. So the only way writers will write is by getting a writer's notebook to start filling in with their ideas. Fletcher also goes on to state what a writer's notebook isn't. He states that it's not a diary, and it's not a reading journal where you summarize the main points of a story. A writer's notebook is a place where writers write down their reactions to the everyday world. He states that's the difference between writers and ordinary people. Ordinary people react to the world and continue on with their day, while writers react and write down those reactions and transform them into something great. A direct quote from Fletcher is, "A writer's notebook gives you a place to live like a writer, not just during school, but wherever you are at any time of day." And I think that's the whole goal of this book, is to get young students to see writing in a different light, that it's not just a school activity, but it's really a moment to write down anything interesting that comes to mind, anything interesting that happens throughout your life. Fletcher ends by noting that no two writer's notebooks are the same. Each writer's notebook is a custom job, and that there's no right or wrong way to keep a writing notebook. It's up to the writer to figure it out for themselves, and that overall the most important thing is that students are writing. Overall, I found this to be a fun and interesting read from start to finish. I'd recommend it to any student and to any teacher likewise. I think there's something to be gained for everyone in this book.